everyone, and welcome. I did not have an intro, but I am back with another cute little fun build, and I'm so excited for this one. Again, I know I said it in the last video, but for this one, I'm also very, very excited. I was planning something else, which you might have noticed in the community tab. I kind of had this little, like, spoilerish thing that it was gonna be the old-timey zoo, and I'm still working on that thing, but that is a huge building, so, that takes some time, so I kind of sneaked in, a continuation of our desert zoo, which I'm still very in love with. It's so beautiful in terms of aesthetic, and this was actually not something that I had planned at all. I just had this little area and I was like, okay, I want a small animal, and then I had this idea of making, because this whole thing, the theme is like a desert but also architecture kind of thing. So it's like, I'm gonna build like a desert village, but like miniature for the meerkats, and I love it. I think it turned out very cute without like being too, you know, crazy about myself here, but I think it turned out very cute. It doesn't look exactly like a village just because we don't, like, we do have small pieces, but I figured that it did the job the way that I did it, and I kind of liked it more. Like, I could have obviously used very, very small pieces, and kind of, you know, get it to actually look like small little houses, but that would have first of all had a horrible piece count probably, and also, like, I liked it that way, you know, I like the way that it is. I also found these that right now we're just building the fence, so we're not even with the little tiny village. Just trust the process here. It's going to look like that. And I'm finding so many pieces that I've not used yet to be very helpful for this, because this just has such a different vibe to it, and I'm very excited about that. And we actually, like, you saw me there, I wanted to have it like be glass, but then I decided to have it just like a surrounding wall, just like we did with the porcupines, and I'm really enjoying my custom fences in this one, which is new for me. I'm not a custom fence kind of gal, so yeah. Very excited that for some reason the custom fences come a bit better to me here. But yeah, oh my god, recording this was kind of a struggle. There was, it's not a struggle, it was just like smaller things that were not even went wrong. Just, I changed around some settings to try something, and I forgot to change them back, so I was so stressed because I remembered that I didn't even notice that I didn't change them. I remembered when I was laying in bed yesterday, and I was like, oh god. And I was like so anxious to come back to it and see if the footage actually works, and it did, luckily. There's also a part where I just, forgot to record something, but that I noticed like right away. So when I noticed, I could go back and kind of like, sorry, I'm trying to silence my phone while I'm talking. I could go back and kind of like let the footage, you know, like undo it, and then kind of film it from one perspective as I'm redoing the steps with the button. You will see that in probably a few seconds. We should be at that part of the clip, so just so you got a little bit. It's obviously not everything, and I think, you know, right now we should be at that point where you see me kind of like do this stuff in the back. This is obviously built before and then redone, so just so that I could show it. And I really quite like it, and I think that at this point this little like town for the meerkats comes together, and the idea obviously being that they can like go into these little huts and kind of like dig underneath it, and they also do get the actual usable burrow things. But yeah, I just want it to look like a bit of a skyline, and I hope that it comes across. I'm not really sure it does, but I think it looks like a little like deserty village on top of a little hill. We obviously have this little bridge over the water, and I think it looks really cute. I like it more from the direction from the bird park, and not from the other direction, which is a shame because I guess most people who would tour this would probably come from the other direction first, but whatever. And I really like it. I like how the zoo is coming together. I kind of was nervous that I would have to stick with these like very like even, like strictly rectangle, like you know what I mean? Like the paths seemed very strict because they were all on the grid. But I like, you know, now I'm kind of getting to a point where I can incorporate more like curvy waves, which I'm very excited about. I'm very happy that that actually works, because I absolutely prefer curvy waves. Curvy waves, that is whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I personally really like it. I think it's very cute, and I'm very excited that I had that idea. I can't even explain to you how. I hope that it actually comes across as what it is. And if not, I will just put that on the education boards, because I do make kind of a, I think, cute frame for education boards. And then at some point I will make custom boards for, I always say that for all of my zoos, and I swear I'm gonna do it, but at some point I will. And yeah, like always, I'm using a lot of rocks here, and I'm doing a lot of foliage work in between, and it's all like, now it's coming together in terms of like color palettes, and I quite like this like blue building in the back, but this is very much a yellow centric build, you know. And I love these little like bushes. I have no idea if they are even remotely the right plants for a desert, but I don't care, because these cute little like yellow flowers just really, really work with the sand color for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna use them. And these like taller buildings, quote unquote, in the back of this like meerkat town, for some reason, because of this, like, this is a lamp that is like put into it on the sides for this like squiggly pattern. For some reason, to me, these look like the Empire State Building, which is such a dumb thing to say, but kind of these like, something about it seems very like, is it art? Oh my god, is it Art Deco? I should know these things. I am, after all, getting a design degree. I should be knowing this, but I do not, because as much as I love, okay, here's the thing. I love when my degree goes into architecture, because architecture is very much intertwined with design. I find it very interesting. I am so bad at remembering what the things are called. Like, I do see, I'm finding it interesting, and and I recognize the little like style details and elements and stuff. I cannot recall what things are called though. Like, that is a very bad thing. But yeah, I'm very bad with vocabulary with about that. But anyway, that's totally not what this is about. We are using so many things from so many packs in this also. Like, we have this like ladder thing that is not a ladder, and I know, from the newest pack, not the newest pack, was it the tropical pack, right? And we have obviously a lot of stuff from the North Africa pack, and yeah, just a lot of packs that I wasn't really using before, which just speaks to how I've never built anything deserty before. So these things are now coming in handy, and still there's a lot of base game things that still hold its ground, and it's still using a lot. Like this wooden thing right now that I'm using is definitely from the base game. I think that the stones that I'm using now is from the Twilight pack, and I know I say a lot, but I just love how everything comes together for Planet Zoo. Like, all these things really, really work together, especially the later packs. There's still good stuff in the first packs as well. I'm still very fond of the South America pack, which, yeah, I think that was the first pack I bought, because I didn't start playing the game right away. Because, oh my god, I think I said this before, but I'm just gonna say it again. I didn't start playing Planet Zoo because I saw one video of some not like what's it called, a YouTuber, and he was just placing down pre-built habitat, and I was like, well, I'm not really interested in the managing part, and if you can just place like pre-designed habitat to manage, I'm not really interested. And then I never looked into it again, and then I don't even know how I came across the game again, and then I was like, oh my god, it's not that at all. Yeah, okay, we don't have time for much talking anymore. See you in the real-time part. Alright, here we are. We are looking at a bit of a aerial view of this area. Off camera, I kind of did this little thing just to fill in the area. There's still something missing here because I don't really know what to do around the plaza. So please ignore that. And let's actually get quite right into it, right? So I kind of want to come from the direction of the bird park just because I think it looks prettier from that direction. But yeah, so that's why I want to do this. This will obviously be an education sign. So we have this little area here, which has these glass panels because this is kind of higher up, and the idea is that you can kind of see just like that the meerkats are kind of on eye level with you, and then the rest they're kind of below, you know? Or not really below, actually. This is not like a sunken habitat. This is just that they're very tiny. There's another one. And this is actually like the little meerkat city, and it's so overgrown, and I'm like, maybe I should tone down a bit, but I actually like that it's kind of chaotic. I think it really fits the meerkats in their chaotic nature, and yeah, it's actually, the traversable area is kind of good for this one. They can't reach these buildings, which I would have loved, because I've seen it in zoos a lot where these artificial structures, they use them as the little viewing point, but yeah, they can't do that, but that's fine. Yeah, let's just actually take a little walk around this little city. I really like the bridge as well. Over here we just have some benches, by the way, and some foliage, nothing crazy, and I really had to really tone it down for me to not make it super overcrowded so that you couldn't see this area. I don't want to go there. Not overcrowded, over foliage and, oh my god, they're so funny. Did I sped up time somehow? No. Yeah, I've yet to see them use the bridge, but they can. I checked the traversable area. So this is the Empire State Building thing that I was talking about. For some reason, it reminds me of that. Yeah, and so this is kind of what I mean. It isn't really like a city. Whoa, okay. It isn't really like a city, so these things, they don't really make sense. This is not a city-ish thing, But, if you just, look at it first glance, I do think it looks like little houses up on a hill. So, yeah, quite like that about that. And that was kind of the idea of it. I never intended to actually make very useful buildings. And I think they get stuck here because it's technically inside of an object. And these things, by the way, they're made of the little window thingy from the Africa pack. So, in case you were wondering what that was about, there's just 3 of them stuck against each other. And yeah. So this, from here, this is kind of the direction that you would see it first, but I liked the other view better, so I started there. Yeah. I don't know. I still quite like this. I hope that you also think that this is fun and that you kind of see the city in it. I personally do, but I also know what my intention was here. But, oh, see, one was running across the bridge. Yay. And I don't know. I think that in the game, the small animals often kind of get lost in terms of... I hearted something here. In terms of whether or not they're very visible when you walk through a zoo. So giving them these fun exhibits, I think, kind of helps. So even if you were to tour this and not see a single meerkat because they're tiny, you'd still have a lot of stuff to look at because there's just a lot going on. And I don't know. I'm happy with it, and I hope that you are happy with it too. And I hope that you actually see the city in it. I'm kind of insecure about that one, but regardless, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you around another time. Bye!